What's your name? Oh, Curly. Hey, but I guess I wasn't wearing the pants on Saturday. Ah. Ugh. Yeah. Oh. No. Not anymore. I can. He tried to turn it I think he's on his own. Third or fourth now. Oh, he's horrible. I hate him. Every single time that I look at. Hot mic, hot mic. You are really the luckiest. And you had that terrible angle because you had such a
I would normally say good evening, but today we say good morning here in Fort Collins, Colorado. An early matchup between the CSU Rams and the Providence College Friars, the last game of the Big Mountain Classic. And we'll take a snapshot over the weekend. It was a tough two past games for the Rams going against Utah State, and then yesterday playing the Weber State Wildcats. And on the score sheet, it was an absolute bloodbath. But for those who were in attendance on the game, remember a point where CSU tied the game up 2-2 in the first 10 minutes of the second period. But after that, it was Weber State all the way, and they scored 7 unanswered to finish the game 9-3. So CSU, a chance today to finish the weekend at 500, but it won't come easy as they play against Providence College. And we'll take a look at their weekend. On the 16th, they played Utah and they lost 9-3. And then playing in the Greeley Ice House against Wyoming on the 17th, they won that game 6-4, followed by a loss yesterday against the CU Buffs, losing that game 6-4. Looking to end their weekend on a hot note against the Rams. For the Friars, they're 8-8-1 this season. They have 24 points. In the last 10 games, they're 3-6-1 and currently sitting 6th in their division. At the helm, Coach Chris Guin with assistant coach Robert Tanucci. For the Rams, like I mentioned, it was a tough past 2 games for Saturday and Sunday. They started the week off hot with an 8-3 win against Bowling Green, but they weren't able to score any goals against Titan Anderson and Utah State, losing that game 3-0. And then, as I mentioned, a 9-3 game to Weber State. We'll look to see who Doug Sheridan puts in net. On Saturday, it was Cross North. Yesterday, it was Mason Bean. And then on Friday, it was Josiah Scrow. Scrow on senior night getting his 2nd win of the season. And Mason Bean had a good outing. But Weber State coming into Fort Collins and showing you why they were the 2nd-ranked team in D2. And just absolute beautiful shots, and not much Mason Bean can do with a team of that caliber. I'll see if the only goaltender that hasn't got to play the game this series so far is Curtis Fritzler. So we'll see if Doug Sheridan will put number 1 in net. We'll get starting lineups once the teams come back out. And Sean Rosenberg on the call. Again, you are watching CSU Hockey here on Price Productions. We're happy to have you this morning on this snowy day here in Fort Collins. We'll step aside. First period, just about 6 minutes away. We'll be back.
So when I tell you that Bowling Green was not good, oh boy, they are good. And then there's like colors that will have like overall colors will the sound when we were doing the game last weekend. No, dude, that looks yeah. I would. Well, the situation is like he's modeling that right now. But it is on the way. He's going to take that. He's going to take it. And he missed the goal.
Welcome back to the Epic Ice Center. We want to give a quick shout out to Sagent Financial Service. Hockey is about vision, discipline, and playing the long game. And so is your financial future. At Sagent, we help advisors and clients build smarter strategies for what next. Experience wisdom, integrity, and innovation at work. Learn more at www.sagientfs.com. Sagent is a proud sponsor to the ACH athletes participating in the Big Mountain Classic. Starting lineups over the PA.
Starting lineup for Providence, Jack Becca Nassau, Anthony Tintenegro, Chris Gibson, Hans Van Benton, Sam Marcinori, and Jack Forsman. And for your CSU Rams, at right wing, number 28, Easton Harrison. Center, number 29, Justice Harrison. And at left wing, number 25, Aubrey Prime Morales. And at right defense, 22, Max Newmeyer. And at left defense, number 14, Lucas Wow. And in between the pipes, number 32, Cross North. Please stand up and move your national anthem.
National anthem aside here in Epic Ice Arena. Good morning to you all joining us here on Price Productions for the final game of the Big Mountain Classic. Sean Rosenberger on the call. Excited to bring you this matchup between these two teams. Both teams are looking to skate out of this weekend with a 2-2 record. Both teams going off losses yesterday. CSU got whacked by Weber State 9-3. And then Providence lost 6-4 against the CU Buffs. For Colorado State, they'll be wearing their home whites with the green pants. And for Providence, they'll be wearing their away blacks with the white trim, gray. Providence College, the Friars, currently 6th in their division, 3-6-1 in their past 10 games. Starting in net for the Friars will be number 34, Jack Forsman. Cross North will get the start for the Rams. He played on Saturday against Utah State. Gave up 3 goals in that game where CSU struggled to get anything past Titan Anderson for Utah State. And one of the big storylines for CSU this weekend is the power play struggles by this team. They had 9 chances yesterday on the power play against Weber State. They scored on one of them, but not able, but the other storyline, the power play, giving up 2 shorthanded goals against the Wildcats. And then on Utah State, they had 3 4-minute minors that the Rams had to operate, not able to score on any of them. So right now, a struggling power play for the Rams, looking to get that going in this morning's game. It's currently the Rams in possession of the puck. This puck to Aiden Schmidt. Gets to Judison and tries to split D. Schmidt with his throw out front and a great save by Forsman. He had O'Brien to his left. Elected to take the shot. Forsman makes the first save of the game. O'Brien stick check back and slash, no call there. That was number 11 for the Friars that is looking for the call. That was Derek Daly. In the other Ram zone now. Pets will take a shot there off the boards. Friars look kind of the other way. Humphreys trying to skate this out. A little bit too far from him. Net. Rams trying to set up the forecheck. Pets. Spread for him. Humphreys will skate this in the neutral zone. Taking a shot by Schmidt. Aiden Schmidt this week has been very physical, laying the body. Shows you right there early on. Schmidt again. Tries to get it around. Aiden Schmidt so far in this game has been all around. Gets around to Sleds, who had a goal in yesterday's contest. Kelly. Skate this. Sticking over the blue line. Loses the puck momentarily. Hansen. Excuse me. That's Kirk's Law with a back check there. Warfield pushes around. Up and Kelly was able to keep this in. Tries to get around one. And good effort by the Rams and Sleds to get that out. Friars to keep possession though. Back to Kelly and the refs will whistle this offsides. For CSU, the game against Bowling Green was only their 5th win of the season. They did so in explosive fashion as there was 8 different Rams that got on the score sheet. Sean's trying to skate this in the neutral zone. Friars collected. Swat out by Solkes, glove down. Sleds will take the body of the blue line, will take a tumble. Neutral zone chaos. Hansen, excuse me, Slaw. Turnaround shot, he's saved for a rebound and another save by Forsman. Justice Harrison was that close to put it past. Rather, that was Nate Solkes. But Forsman on his backside was able to keep that out. Antis, shot from the point, saved by North. Kept in though, from off the bench. His turnaround shot, North covers up. That was number 88, that was Jack Beckensall. Came off the bench, the rebound came all the way to his stick. North will make the first save for his game. Friars win the face-off, kept it in the zone. Neumeier pushes up to White. The Rams exit the zone. Marcus with Nolan Williamson. Williamson has a goal in this classic. One of the 8 goal scorers on Friday. Neumeier will keep this in, send it over. Was looking to get it to Marcus, but intercepted by the Friars. 60-21 in our first period, no score. Both teams only registering a shot and looking for the stretch pass. It was number 20 for the Friars. Was looking for it, but didn't have enough juice on it to get it over. That's Hipson. Sean tries to strip it away. Good play. Tyler Sean's a shot! And a save by Foreman. That was Justice Harrison. Sometimes when the jerseys are tucked beneath the pants, it kind of, the numbers look the same, but that was Justice Harrison with a good forechecking effort here. Hits him the other way. Shot that blocked, didn't get it to North. Cross ice from Cohen with a shot, a save off the post. Rebound, a shot, they score! So the Friars, the captain, puts him on board. Michael Marquez was able to receive the rebound from the shot from Cohen. It hit the post, came right to his stick. Had North down and out, so with 50-29, the Friars have a 1-goal advantage. By the Rams, already down in this game. And this goes up and out of play. So a neutral zone face-off. You see the goal that Cohen came down to the right circle, had a shot ring off the post, and favorably bounced right into the area for the captain for the Friars. In the neutral zone, a 4-car pile up in the corner, in the Ram zone rather. Out of the zone. Harrison will have the puck, sick turnaround shot, cross ice, and a good stick there by Vaughn. The Revs counter the other way. Prime Morales. Taken in the corner, a Friars player took the tumble. Morales pushed up against the boards. Harrison in, trying to fish for the puck. 4 Friars all in that location, waiting for that puck to come out. Easton Harrison, a shot here, save, rebound. Forsman makes that shot, and the rebound will go into the neutral zone. 2-on-1 developing if they hurry. Good back check by the Harrison brothers. Go off the skate of Easton Harrison. Here's the bucket. Gets Justice Harrison the other way. So Easton and Justice Harrison, both from Alberta, Canada. Justice Harrison, turn around, hands in a shot, and a great save by Forsman, and a quick whistle. The puck was still out. And again, it was not Justice Harrison, that was number 19, that was Nate Solquez. Was a good individual effort there, was going up and was looking for the top of the net. Again, Forsman was sprawled out, was able to make the original save. That's 2 saves now for Foreman that he's been all over his crease. A power play was assessed for the Rams. I can't see who's in the box for the Friars, but it's 2 minutes on the board. So a big story in this game is whether the Rams can get a power play going. It's often hurt them. They need to change that. Vaughn will skate this in. Cross ice has a man. O'Brien, a shot and a save by Ford. Rebound, they score! Justice Harrison! Rather, his brother, Easton Harrison. I need to get my eyes checked this morning, obviously, because it is 29 for CSU. So a Justice Harrison goal off the shot from Jackson O'Brien. And so on the power play, the Rams are able to tie this up. So power play goal, and exactly what this Rams team needed to do to get some confidence on their power play. Good passing over for O'Brien. Made a shot. Foreman made the original save, but the rebound in the right place at the right time. Justice Harrison, another shot from 20 cent wide, rebound collected by the captain. Up and settled down there. No turnaround shot that gets blocked up and out of play. Justice Harrison adds another point to his total this season, the leading point scorer and goal getter for this Rams side. Face off in the Ram zone. Newmauer swings around for Wild off the boards on the stick of Kirk Slaw. Cross-ice pass, Sleds had a trouble handling a little bit. This is going to be offsides as Sleds was over the line. After today's game, the Rams will go on the road. They'll head to Arizona. January 29th, they'll play Arizona State. And then the following, January 30th, they'll play Grand Canyon. The Rams will be on the road for the rest of January. The 4 games of home cooking in this classic. Sleds will receive this, push it up to the point, kept in turnaround shot. On net, that puck, that was Van Benton. Put a puck that had eyes. Northwoods had to be aware to make that save. Van Benton in the middle of the ice. Slaw was the only one in the area. Tipped up, Sleds will go on his horse. Pushed out to the neutral zone. Humphreys, backhand pass intercepted by Hansen. And O'Brien will go on the forecheck. Van Benton behind his net, Forsman will let O'Brien know he's there. So both teams trading goals. Dragler here, shot that got blocked, never made it on the fourth. Schmidt had a good chance, drops it down. O'Brien, a shot up and over the net. Foreman, I believe, got a piece of that with his glove. 11:56 in our first period. The foothills of Colorado got snow last night. It's been a rough winter here in Colorado. But good to see some snow on the ground. 2-on-2 the other way, Friars. Tried to get around one, good stick there by Hansen. This neutral zone clear, a little bit too far from O'Brien, no icing. Tip to Sanchez. Sanchez gets stripped of the puck by Petz. Petz trying to dink through the neutral zone. 3 Friars converge on him. Schmidt tried to push it over to O'Brien. The puck got deflected. So Sanchez was able to take the loose puck. With the pressure there, Bowen will skate this in himself, drop it off. Beckinsall. Keep it in. Good glove there. Friars keep it in momentarily. Retreat into the neutral zone. Watch out here. Turnover. Williamson. Cross ice path. And Marcus was a little bit handcuffed there, but the Rams not able to keep in the zone as that pass was turned over. The other way with a Ruma shot. Here they score! The Friars take back their 1-goal advantage. That's Christopher Hipson. Beats North cleanly on the far side. No burst of speed from Hipson. Takes it to the far circle and a beautiful shot. And the Friars reclaim their lead. That is one that for sure across North will want that. Goal scorer's goal for Hipson. So after the Rams tied it up, quickly the Friars tie it back up. A whistle here because the net came off its mooring, excuse me. See how the Rams respond going down 1. Don't get it wrong, even though the Friars are only .500 this season, they can score in bunches, and they've shown it throughout multiple times throughout the showcase. They put 6 on Wyoming earlier this weekend. So the Rams got to be careful. Tighten up in the defensive zone. David Marcus will step in for the face-off. Everybody's all set up. Tied up. Getting wide off the face-off, a shot that gets put into the corner. White, back check there, stripped the puck from Beckinsall. Vaughn feeling the pressure in his own zone. Pushes up, Petz cross ice on the tape for Vaughn. Vaughn will put a shot on from long distance. Foreman was able to stick that aside. Backhand pass, Beckinsall onside. Gets collided by 2 Rams, but the Friars keep it in the zone. Below the circle, tough angle shot! Sent up and out of play. As the defenseman, John White, took that opportunity. He was practically in the trapezoid when he took that shot. He was trying to bank it off the back of North. Friars win the face-off. Good move there. Shot and a save by North. He got it with the pad. A couple of nifty moves by the Friars forward so far in this game. Then Benton keeps it in, bringing around the boards. Wild will bump his man off. Rams look to counter the other way. Harrison to Harrison connection. Excuse me, that's Ty Morales. Slap shot, didn't make it on. Harrison up the top. Wilder shot, a save by Foreman. Rebound is collected by the Friars. And this is going to be a penalty on Aubrey Prime Morales as he just slashes the stick from Kelly. So the first power play for the Friars coming up. Kelly was navigating through the neutral zone, and Prime Morales was trying to strip him away from the puck, took the whole stick. So down one, CSU penalty kill has to go to work. It's one of the strong suits for the Rams team this season. One thing that they look to continue doing well in this game. Marcus checking his equipment. He has his gloves off, just making sure the bucket's on securely. First power play coming up. Hansen will get this off the first off the boards and will only get as far as the red line. First power play unit out for the Friars. Reversing through the neutral zone. Sends it over to the far circle, behind the net now. It up from Marchoni. Daly will swing this around the boards. Hansen will cut this pass off and send it up as Carson Petts. And the Rams, if they hurry, they can have a 2-on-1. Carson Petts in, a backhanded pass and a good defensive play by number 55 for the Friars. That's Martinoni. I apologize if I messed his name up for the folks of you watching. So minute gone in this power play. The Rams penalty still doing good. This clearing attempt kept in by the blue line. Surveying the blue. Stops, cross ice. He's looking for the goals, one of the goal scorers. The captain has it behind the net. Gets it back up to the blue line. With space, a shot! Saved by North with the stick. There's no Friars in the eyesight of North, so we saw that all the way. Daly overdues D pair. Top circle saved by North from the low left circle. And again, the Rams net comes off. That's what the whistle was for. 36 seconds left to operate in this power play. And for those of you who are tuning in with us for the first time, the Nets here at Epic Ice Center come off often. We've seen that in multiple games this weekend. Did so again. Just 21 seconds left on the power play. Hits it. Good move there. They get stripped of the puck. That was the defenseman, John White, with the nifty move from the blue line. 9 seconds left. Sleds will skate this out of the way. That will pretty much do it for the first Friars power play opportunity. And Sleds is going to get taken into the board, and the ref's hand gets up. It was like a WWE takedown. So Sleds was trying to bring it into the board. I believe that was the forward, Timothy Ward, that's going to get accessed with this. Minor finally comes up to his feet. That's the defenseman, number 24, Charlie Purpura. So he's going to take a trip to the box. And then there's a Rams as well in the box. I think they took Sleds in there as well. So it is matching minors. So for the next 2 minutes, it's going to be 4-4. Schmidt, O'Brien, Vaughn, and Warfield, the 4 out for Doug Sheridan side. So some open ice for both of these teams. Let's see who can take advantage. Schmidt back checking into neutral zone. A shot here and a save by North. The puck gets jumped up in Warfield's gear, excuse me. Tip Negro that was skated that puck in. So on the 4-on-4, the best chance for the Friars so far. Tyler Vaughn skate this onside. Vaughn loses the puck momentarily, trying to get up to his deep partner, Warfield, but Friars intercept. It's in here. Slow this down. Reset. Minute 16 left on the 4-on-4. Hits it. Trying to split the defense. Almost does. Good defensive play by Warfield. The Rams look to counter. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Warfield gets it over. It was Schmidt and O'Brien. The puck sailed by both of them. Minute left. Good stick by Schmidt. Had the captain for the Friars, was looking for that stretch pass. Seconds left. O'Brien will come off. Dennis White will come on. The Friars possession mostly in this 4-on-4. Marchis getting around one. A good stick there. Stop on a dime. Cross ice pass. It was looking for Conan. Cohen, excuse me. Not Conan the Barbarian. Newmeyer strips up the puck and pushes this for White. White gets around one. Dennis White takes it to the middle of the ice. 2-on-1. Gets it over for Vaughn. Shot from Wild. Foreman makes the save. Cohen, the 2 Rams converging on him. White gets it. Friars able to clear it out. Now an odd man opportunity. Was looking for Marchis. Intercepted by Newmeyer. That will do it for the 4-on-4. We're all even. Newmeyer out front. No Rams in the vicinity. Turnover shot. Slaw pushes into the corner. Slaw just pushed up in the block. Sean's from behind the net, tried to get it to Slaw, wasn't expecting it. Friars counter the other way. Humphreys. Nice move by Humphreys to get around one. To the circle, a shot off the side of the net. And again, the whistle. The net comes off. There is a Friars player that tumbled behind the net, Michael Pino. So he hops to his feet. But what a move by Hollis Humphreys to enter the blue line, gets around one of the Rams defenders. Now turnaround shot north will save this with the breadbasket off the shot from the faceoff. 16 minutes gone by in our period so far. Friars have a 2-goal advantage. Matthews wrong this morning with 1-goal advantage. It's a Monday for all of us. Stretch pass from Morales that's getting accepted by Ben Bentley. The Rams do a good job. Soquez gets it over Morales. A shot, he scores! Aubrey Prime Morales ties the game at 2. To beat Foreman again from the glove side. It's going to be Aubrey's 2nd goal of the year. What a shot. He's been waiting for that for a while. Helps his team even this game up. So now we're all tied at 2. It was good work by the Rams in the neutral zone to create that rush. Soquez was headed to the net. He mishandled the puck, but that worked out for the Rams' favor as Morales collected the loose puck and just with the back Foreman. Pass Foreman, excuse me. Another shot here that gets sent to the neutral zone. Speeding to it first. Kelly drops it off. Good move there. A shot while he was following down. A good effort there to get a shot off. Friars keep it in the zone. Dude. Capura, shot blocked by Vaughn, goes into the corner. Gets back to the stick. Sent it around the boards. Vaughn trying to intercept this. Gets bumped off. Harrison digging for the puck. The Friars keep it in the zone. Cross-ice pass and a save by North. That was a good cross-ice pass. I don't think that Beckinsale got all that he wanted on it. Another shot here. North able to make the save and Friars putting on the pressure. The Rams able to clear it out one-on-one. Easton Harrison into the zone. Alexa take a shot. Foreman makes the save with his mask. Schmidt keeps us in. Aiden Schmidt from the right circle. Turn around out in front. Petz a shot and they score! Carson Petz from his behind. It looked for a moment that Foreman may have saved it, but it trickled in, and Carson Petz is back on the scoreboard. And I think one of the Friars players was very heated after that goal. And the captain, I believe there's two players that are on the Friars that have the C on their chest. That's, Michael Marchi, that was having a conversation after that goal. So some frustration from the Friar side. Seen a couple times as the Friars have gone into the Ram zone, a couple of players that have been looking for some calls from the refs. Haven't gotten any yet. They've only got one power play opportunity. So you can see why the players and the coaching staff a little bit frustrated early on in this game. 2:36 left in their game. The Rams able to collect their first lead. Williamson able to cause a turnover. To drop pass a shot by Marcus, and he wasn't able to get it on Foreman. Rams doing a good job this game, creating turnovers as the Friars ice this puck. Face-off coming up in the Rams, the Friars zone. Shuns was tied up. The Friars win it. The Rams do a good job keeping it in momentarily. Luke Hanson took a shot to try to keep that in, but a stretch pass the other way, a breakaway for the Friars in. A shot that gets sent over the net. That was Marchese again, and a Rams player gets taken down. So there's going to be another power play for the Rams as Marchese trips a player on the exit. And so another power play opportunity is going to be the second one for the Rams. An opportunity to extend their lead to 2. They already have a power play. So Marches is going to take a 2-minute vacation in the sin bin. Rams power play will go back to work. Justice, Harrison, O'Brien, Schmidt to his left, Vaughn, and Warfield, the top power play out. Face off, won by the Friars, clearing attempt, blocked on the first time. On the second time of asking, sent down below the ice. Rams will get their power play set up. I'll pass to Vaughn. Take it to the left side. Swinging around the net, intercepted up and not out. Good keeping by O'Brien, but he gets stripped of the puck. But a good reach. The Rams doing a good job of keeping this in. Harrison gets it up to Warfield. Back to Harrison, takes a hit. Warfield loses the puck, and Schmidt wisely was there in the neutral zone defending Pino. Going on a shorthanded opportunity. Harrison, the left side, take a shot. Had Schmidt, who's looking to get a tip from Schmidt. Tries to clear this up and around, up and down the ice. 1:06 left on the second power play opportunity. Warfield, a shot gets blocked. Good play there. Number 24 for the Friars. Nothing going for the Rams in this power play. 46 seconds left to operate. Schmidt couldn't see the puck. Rams still able to keep it in out front. Intercepted by the Friars. Has a stretch pass. Hips it. One-on-one. Newmeyer in his way. He'll drop it. And a good stick. Negro was there trying to create a shorthanded opportunity, but a good back check by the Harrison brothers. From the bench, a save. Rebound. Foreman was able to cover this up. Easton Harrison was in the vicinity to the left. Wasn't able to get a stick on that rebound. 7 seconds left in the first period. The Rams will have some carryover time. Unless they score in the last 7 seconds. White tied up on the faceoff. Right, so that's just a clock to see if the Rams can get one more shot as period dies. 4 minutes of pushing and shoving after the whistle. That was Charlie Prepara. Having some words for some of the Rams forwards after that. So in the second period, the Rams will have 12 seconds of power play time. But after one, it's the Rams with a 1-goal advantage. 3 goals in this first frame. We'll take a break. You're watching CSU Rams hockey here on Price Productions.
I was just wondering if they have like a D1 team too. don't know if they have a D1 team. I'm not sure.
Welcome back to the Epic Ice Center here in Fort Collins. We want to give a shout out to our partners at Long Building Technologies. For over 60 years, Long Building Technologies has discovered custom solutions to make commercial buildings more efficient, secure, and cost effective. Get your building on the power play today. Visit www.long.com. We also want to give a shout out to Thread the Needle. Hockey is the best sport in the world. Your jersey should match that. From mini-mite to college, Thread the Needle designs and manufactures custom hockey jerseys with pro-level quality, fast turnaround, and details that matter. Get your jerseys dialed in at www.threadtheneedle.com. So after a 3-2 game for your CSU Rams, and it was a fun and a fast period, and it was the Rams that were able to go on top on the power play. But, excuse me, I'm getting all mixed up here. It was Providence College that was able to score first, and it came from their captain, number 15. Number 19, Michael Marchese, that was able to put the Friars up. And then, on the power play, the Rams were able to tie it up with a power play goal of their own. It was Justice Harrison from Jackson O'Brien shot. The rebound was put home. The Rams were able to tie it up. But moments later, on the transition through the neutral zone, it was Christopher Hipson that was able to take it to the far left circle and beat North on the glove side, put his Friars up back 2-1. But in the last 4 minutes of the period, it was Aubrey Morales getting his third goal of the season that put the Rams, that tied it up, made it a 2-2 game. And then Carson Petz added his another goal this weekend, and now the Rams are on 3-2. So one of the things the Rams did well in that period was actually getting the power play going and getting that first goal to tie it up. Exactly what Doug Sheridan and the team needed. Let this Providence College team not run away with this. 4 on the penalty kill again. The Rams strong on that. Friars did not converge on any of their opportunity. There was a 4-on-4. Neither team was able to cash in. Cross North right now playing exceptional. Getting 2 by him so far, but making a couple of big saves. And then over on the other side, Jack Forsman doing a good job. It could easily be 4-2 or 5-2 if not for some of the first saves that he made in the first period from his backside. So right now, things going well for the Rams. Again, they would like to end this weekend going 2-2, getting wins against Bowling Green and hopefully against Providence College. And then on the other side, Friars hoping to do the same. Zamboni doing his work. We'll take a step aside. Do another shout out from one of our sponsors from New York Life. Your future built with confidence. Financial decisions are easier with a partner by your side. New York Life's agents and advisors take the time to understand your goals and dreams so that you can build the future you imagine. Visit us at www.newyorklife.com. Second period almost here. You're watching CSU Rams hockey here on Bryce Productions.
Were these right? Houston Harrison, Aubrey Morales, and Carson Petz.
know, but you guys are. You guys are big man talking about 15. That's all. They have no nameplate on the back door.
And then what's that other one?
Welcome back to the Epic Ice Center as both teams make their way back on the ice. The Rams should have 12 seconds of power play time to operate. If you don't have it here up on the scoreboard, I want to give you a little bit of insight on the visiting Providence College. Their leading point getter is their captain, Michael Marquez, and he has 21 goals and 8 assists. He has 32 points in just 16 games played, so definitely a big, just a big part of this team, and he's already gotten on the scoreboard today, and a couple of nifty moves displayed through the neutral zone as well in the Rams zone. So we can expect to see him again in this game. The Rams definitely need to key in on him, make sure that he can't hurt his team. So 12 seconds left on the power play. Historically, carryover penalties don't always bode well for the team, but off the face-off, the Friars are in to the Rams zone. That would do it for the power play. Shot sent into the corner. Humphreys up and around the board. Easton Harrison is going to push this up out into the neutral zone. Daly will keep this over to his D partner. Neutral zone over to Martinelli. A shot tipped up and out of play by Max Newmeyer. Sam Martinoni has only played, according to the ACHA website, he's only played in one game. I might get that wrong. Not everything on the ACHA website, however, is accurate. I imagine. And stretch pass here. Carson Petz with a step, a shot saved by Forsman. Petz looking to add on to his goal total today. He already has one. He got that in the first period. Showed off the Jets there. I think he wanted to lift that puck up a little bit more. Try to get into the armpit area of the goaltender. Wasn't able to do there on that shot. Through the neutral zone. Get taken out by Schmidt. That was Kit Negro that were brought into the neutral zone that got brought down by Schmidt. Friars in the Ram zone. To set up the cycle. Takes a bounce off the Pet's skate. Rams try to clear it out to get as far as the CSU bench. Friars maintain possession. Talk about Jack Forsman. Website's correct too. He's only been played in one game as well. Trust my gut feeling. I don't believe the statistics are being shown. Ada Schmidt with a step and a shot. He's saved by Forsman. Oh, Schmidt, the Red Seas parted for him. He was going stick side, trying to get it to the top corner, but Forsman make the save. North makes the save of his own. Tipped on, another save by North. Another shot, and North makes a save with the glove. 200-foot action by both teams. Ada Schmidt was that close to making it a 4-2 game. Forsman got a piece of it. Just on deadly on the transition, the Friars had at least 3 or 4 good chances just moments ago. Looking to tie this game up. Off the draw, and Kelly, oh, he had a wide open net. The puck trickled past him. Out front of North, a little bit dangerous for the Rams, navigating in their own zone. Sleds able to fish this out off the skate. 2-on-1 the other way. Slaw with Shawns, and Slaw wasn't able to get it over to Shawns. A good defensive stick there by the Friars. Rams try to keep it in. 4-car pile up at the near boards. Fished away. Trying to keep it in. Friars eventually get it out. Numbers if they hurry. And with a shot blocked. Good job by the Rams defenders. Nice shot, and Connor Sleds gets sat down there. They're going to call this a penalty on the on the Friars, as Sleds get absolutely laid down. So the third power play opportunity coming up for the Rams. It's going to be number 6, Marchese, going into the box. So another chance for the Rams to operate on the power play. It's Nicholas Squashik in the box. So another chance for the Rams to operate. It gets brought down. Rams keep it in. Cross ice to Warfield, a little bit too far from him. Friars look counter short-handed. Negro out of step, loses the puck though. O'Brien back in, pass intercepted. Kept in though. Warfield is able to push it behind the net. See if the Rams can keep this in. Vaughn on his horse, able to do so. Tyler Vaughn navigates between the circle, takes it in the corner, cross ice over O'Brien. Out front, a shot save by Forsman. And a good one too. That was a great pass from O'Brien on the backhand. Rams weren't able to cash in on that one. Still operating, 1:10 left in the power play. Up in. O'Brien kicks it to a stake. Good keep in by the captain, Jackson O'Brien. Warfield pushes it to Schmidt. Schmidt in the corner, good move. Schmidt tried to get it out in front. A good diving play by Kelly. Or Van Betten, excuse me. Top of the slot, a shot set behind the net. Another shot here, looking for the tip, set behind Warfield. Keep this in. Good looking power play for the Rams. Schmidt, a shot blocked, didn't make it on. He gets the stick again, another whistle as the net comes off, and that's frustrating for the Rams because they have their power play set up and going, and so, I mean, I get that the net's off its mooring, but like, by maybe like 2 inches, I don't see the need to call the whistle there. If it's like egregiously off, I understand, but I digress. 35 seconds left on the power play. Friars off the faceoff, clearing attempt is brought out. Wild with some pressure on him. Williamson without possession. Up in White will chase this in the corner. Slows up. White. Fryer on him. Backhand pass for Easton Harrison. Gets it back to White. Top of the circle over Neumauer. Back to Neumauer, a shot and it gets hit. Rebound, Easton, and shot and sent it wide of the net. Oh, Harrison was able to collect that puck. Another whistle as the power play was coming to an end. And the Friars, it's the net again. Can we get some better pegs here at Epic Ice Center? That's 2 times now in this power play. Play has been called dead because of the net. Both teams mumbling and grumbling to themselves. So refs are doing their magic, trying to go to work to get the net to stay in place. Forsman has been busy this game. Busy on that power play. So let's hope the Nets stay on for the remainder of the game. Only 3 seconds left on the power play. Face-off won by the Friars, and then that will just about do it. Intercepted by Newbar. The Rams have to catch up, so we will send this ricocheted off the boards. So no harm, no foul for the Friars on that power penalty kill. Excuse me. But in onside, a drag move, and a good defensive stick by Wild. Kelly was trying to get a shot from the top of the circles. Rams 3-on-2, 4-on-2 if they hurry. Numbers for CSU. Drop pass, and White was headed off to the bench. I don't think the Pimps communicated that well. Out front, a safe rebound collected by the Friars. Easton Harrison going to work in the corner. Kelly will backhand this out into the neutral zone. Stepping in, Wild will hold his zone. Off the back of Wild, next to the far board. Harrison will move this in. Not able to strip it free from the Friars, so they transition to the neutral zone. Lucas Wild off the boards into the middle of the ice. Got a little bit far from out front. Oh boy, a good chance for Humphreys. The crosshair pass made it the other way. 2-on-1 for the Rams. A shot and a save. Rebound came out into the slot. There was no Rams in the zone near that puck. Excuse me. Good action so far in the second period. Neither team able to put one home. Captain now, Marquez, a drag shot, and a good save by North, able to fight that off. Hit him high by his collarbone area. Was able to fight that shot off. So for the Providence College, not out there tonight, but Dean Sacomano is the go-to guy for the Friars. He's played 9 games, only has a 2-6-1 record. Not playing tonight. Oh, and a puck trickled through the crease. It went through Forsman's pad. No Rams was in the area that tapped that one home. Soquez will send this up and around the boards. White will retrieve it in his own corner. Sends it out in the neutral zone. Soquez tries to collect that puck, will lay a body on it. Hansen off the boards. Under the pressure, the Rams able to counter. Stretch pass. Sleds will tip this on, and he will go off for a change. Out front, Schmidt try to kick the puck to his stick, excuse me. 2-on-1 the other way for the Friars. A shot here, save, rebound! Oh, fucking down, excuse me. Beckinsale was on the left. That rebound went over in his area. Wasn't able to get a stick on that, but if he did, that would have tied this game up. Ryan had trouble. That puck will go to the corner. No icing. Rams going to the forecheck. Pence trying to create a turnover. Does. Got it up front. O'Brien a shot. Schmidt had a chance at that as well. By the way, another 2-on-1 developing for the Friars. Out front of the net, and the puck will get up and out of play. Was Michael Pino with a chance there. Got his stick tied up before he was able to make the shot. 11:58 left in the second period. Our score remains the same as it was when we went into the first intermission. Only one power play given out so far, and it was in the Rams favor. In the neutral zone, another 2-on-1. Warfield with Pets to his left. Warfield, and a shot saved by Foreman. Up in the air, they score! We'll see who gets credited with the goal. First in line, is that Denny White? It is, so Dennis White's gonna get credited with that goal from the shot. It hopped up in the air, stayed up there forever, and it finally came down. Forsman didn't know where the puck was. 2 Rams converged at the same time, but this is gonna be Denny White's goal. So the Rams have a 2-goal advantage. for White. His third goal of the season. Double check my work here real quick. Pull up some stats. Conversation, the head coach for the Friars having a talk with the referee. The referee explaining, I believe, why that goal will stand. Maybe the coach was trying to make a case about potential goalie interference, or... Well, as it stands, Dennis White puts the team up by 2. Rams so far has played an outstanding game in this second period. Game overall in this period, they really limited the Friars' chances in the neutral zone, creating turnovers in their own ends. And there is a Rams player that's hurt. Oh boy. One of the Rams player tumbled down into the corner. I can't see who it is from this distance. That's, I believe that's Warfield. It is. Logan Warfield gets back up to his feet. So he looks to be okay. And on that, falls down awkwardly, but has to go sit in the penalty box. So it's going to be a Friars power play. If they're going to call Warfield for interference. So power play opportunity for the Friars, their only second one of the game. See if they can cash in. From the blue line, a tip, and it bumped into the skates and into Max Newmeyer's equipment, who's able to find that puck and send this out. The first penalty kill for the Rams was excellent. We can see if they can match that again. Minute 38 left in this second power play opportunity for the Friars. Bring it in below the net. Gets it back up to the blue line, handcuffed. Savardis, a little bit. Number 21 for the Friars. Rams able to get this loose puck and send this down the ice. Marcus is going to be the first one there. David Marcus is going to, Forsman put this puck out of play. Is this going to be delay of game? I don't know the delay of game rules here at the ACH level. I think it's just going to be just a face-off coming up in the Friar zone. Didn't get tipped out of the way. Forsman just straight up put it over and out. I guess the case that you could make that the plexiglass here at the Epic Ice Center is a little bit low. That shouldn't really matter. 55 seconds left in this power play. The Friars looking to get something going. Rams do a good job. Even better job keeping it in. 55 shot here, save, rebound. North was able to get the first save. There was 2 Friars players that could have put that home, but it bounced up on them. Turnaround shot, another save with a blocker by North. That was the captain that picked his spot. Marquez is looking to go short side, top shelf, and North comes up big with that save. So 31 seconds left on this power play. Couple of chances for the Friars. Kura is behind the net. Friars player lost some edge. The Friars keep it in the zone. White puts it in the corner, takes it back to the corner. Shot long distance and patted away by North. Kura. Get on this loose puck, backhanded off of the equipment for Vaughn. Tried to clear this out, wasn't able to do. Top of the slot, a shot saved by North, rebound, and it gets pushed in the corner. The whistle. They keep going to have Schmidt the other way. Aiden Schmidt. That will do it for the power play with a step. He's in, a shot, and another shot, a great save, rebound, and Forsman keeps his puck out. There was 3 Rams with chances there. Forsman denies all of it. It is going to be icing on the Friars, though. Schmidt poked at it with a one hand. Forsman saved it. The rebound popped up in the air, and there was 2 Rams that had a shot at it. Foreman doing a good job of keeping that out. Jack Forsman today is playing really, really well. I know the score tells you otherwise, but to the seeing eye, he's made a couple of dandy saves in today's game. Schmidt stepping on the face-off. Negro pushes back behind his net. Forechecking Schmidt, tries to keep it in. Pence gets slammed in the corner. Backhand pass was looking to get to Soknes. Intercepted, good keep in by Hansen. Hansen out front, Pence, a turnaround shot, rebound! Still there, Forsman makes another save from the point, another shot, rebound. And again, Forsman makes a save. How do you do, Jack Forsman? It's just, again, just putting on a absolute clinic in his own zone. Friars want a chance to stay in this game, and as I'm speaking, Aiden Schmidt is going to sit in the box. So another power play coming up for the Friars. So on one hand, you have excellent goaltending from Forsman, and now on the other hand, you have an opportunity to cut into this Rams power two-goal advantage. Excuse me. So, if for some reason the Friars come back and can win this game, I have a large thanks to Jack Forsman. This shot was right off the stick of Max Neumeier. I'm surprised that twig didn't snap from the impact. That shot had a lot on it. So, Friars back to work on the power play. For the blue line shot, looking for a tip, got it. North makes the save. Daly was the one who was asking the questions. Friars will reset in their own zone. The neutral zone. Shot from the point, tipped up and out of play. Good defensive sticks there from the penalty killers. So as it is right now in the Big Mountain Hockey Conference, it'll be CU that's comfortably up at first place with DU behind them. Wyoming at 27 points, and then Colorado State and Metro State have been flip-flopping positions almost all season. Right now it's Metro State that's currently in the fifth place with 13 points, and CSU fourth place, 14 points. Friars trying to keep it in zone. Power play, good stick by Vaughn. He's able to create the turnover and send this down the ice. One of your best penalty killers for the CSU side is Tyler Vaughn. Again, Vaughn laying the body, pushes it in the corner. Go over to Humphreys, drops it off, and Humphreys able to win this puck back. Vaughn up in the air, out front of the slot, up over the net. The Rams will hit this up and around the ice. White will go on his horse, but good job by the penalty killer sticking with that play. 26 seconds left on this advantage. Behind the net. Back to the point. Surveys, hits it, has a goal in this game. Had a man streaking from the point and tipped. Negro put a shot towards the net. North will spring up and let that puck in his glove. Across North, he's 6'3", he weighs 235 pounds, coming from San Jose, California. Mentioned in previous broadcasts that North has spent his 3 years with CSU. He played at the D1 level last year before coming down to the D2 level to play with his Rams this year. Turnover. Tim Negro is going to retrieve his puck in the corner. And out in front, turnaround shot, rebound. Oh boy. Friars looking to come to this advantage. Cross-ice pass. Shot from the point and glove save by Cross North. Anthony Tintinegro is in third on the team for points. He has 8 goals, 7 assists in his 15 games that he's played. Across a couple of turnovers for the Rams and creating his own chances. The Friars player gets tripped down. It's going to be called tripping, but I don't see much of it. So a power play coming up for the Friars again. It's going to be the 3rd one in a row as Kirk Slaw is going to sit in the bench. It was Kelly that took a tumble. So 6:02 left in the second period. The Rams with a 2-goal advantage. Another penalty for them to kill. Face off, controlled by the Rams. They may have a step. Tyler Shawns, he's in. Tyler Shawns loses control of the puck. Oh man, he was able to collect it. It was a 2-on-1 shorthanded opportunity. Had Wild on his left, but Shawns wasn't able to get that puck over to Wild. Humphreys at the near circle. This puck will get intercepted. The Rams again doing a good job on the penalty kill. So some time winding off on the power play. 1:17 left. The Friars finally exit out their zone. They were getting forecheck from Sleds. Humphreys on the left side. Cross ice a little bit too far for White, so this will come out in the zone. Sleds able to kick it to himself. Connor Sleds had Marcus. Didn't see him. Sleds a shot, sent it over the net. Couple of shorthanded opportunities, but numbers. Humphreys in, loses the puck, gets a good move, kicks it behind the net. Out front, and this puck will get sent up and around. A whistle here. So the puck was exiting the zone. The Friars were doing the CSU penalty kills work for them. As the pass eludes everybody, but the whistle was blown. Not sure why. Face off on the far right circle. And the puck gets sent down in the zone. Marcus on his horse. Forechecking there, Marcus falls into the boards awkwardly. That's always a scary play to see happen. Through the neutral zone, 23 seconds left on the power play. Friars will see if they can get one last chance. Good keep it there by White. Drag move, Negro surveying the blue line, able to keep it in. Hits it, send it behind the net. Good work there. David Marcus trying to get this up. Friars keep it in. Negro, cross-ice pass. Makes it over. Shot from the point. Rebound. North got to get over. He does. Another cross-ice pass. And that will do it for the power play. 0 for 4, I believe the Friars are today. This will be icing. Want to give a shout out to Play It Against Sports in Lakewood. Sell, buy, trade, and win. You may never outgrow your favorite sports, but you may outgrow your equipment. Your locally owned Play It Against Sports provides an easy way to sell your quality used sports fitness gear and to get paid on spot or trade up for what you need now. 13075 West Almarta Parkway, Lakewood, Colorado. Again, the Rams do a good job on the penalty until around shot here by the captain. Maybe I'm going a little bit insane, but Kelly coming in, he's tapping his stick down. Kelly has a C on his check as well as Marquez. Co-captains for the Friars. Could be wrong. Friars through the neutral zone. Pinnell. Shot from the point north. Rebound given up, but he covers it up quickly. Cross North has looked really sharp in this frame. Gave up 2 in the first period, but since then he's been stonewalled for these Friars forwards. talked about Tyler Vaughn. He is second on the team in points. Vaughn has 6 goals, but he leads the way in assists. He has 10 of his own. As I mentioned, he's one of the top penalty killers that this Ram side has, Tyler Vaughn. A collision near the Rams bench. They were furious. They wanted to call. It looks like they're going to get one. This is number 10. That's Mark Ansist. There you go, Sean. You figured it out. He will sit in the box, so another power play. There's been a lot this period. And the Friars bench is furious with that call. Justice Harrison in for the face-off. The Rams win it cleanly. Vaughn with Warfield gets it over to Warfield. O'Brien will swing this around the boards. Schmidt will cut this off behind the net, losing control of it. O'Brien will step in, collect the loose puck. In the zone, Harrison was trying to get a shot off it. Good defensive work there. Schmidt from behind the net again. Harrison in the middle. Schmidt was trying to give it to Harrison. Turn around. Foreman covers up the post. Warfield turnaround shot, looking for the tip, saved by Foreman. Another shot off the side of the net by O'Brien. And again, the net comes off its mooring. And I understand, again, if it's egregiously off the net, but I'm talking mere inches, folks, that this net is off. Warfield, a shot from the point, he sends it wide. It's streaking down in the slot, looking to go to the stick side of Forsman. Wasn't able to get it on the net. Rams battling for possession. Minute 13 left on their power play. Gets it up to Warfield, feeling the pressure. And this will get sticked out. Great defensive play there by Hollis Humphreys. Justice Harrison will cut this puck off by the boards. Schmidt over to Vaughn. Vaughn will shoulder a check. Rams try to keep it in the zone. No, out front, and a shot by Harrison. Rebound! Another shot by Schmidt. Rebound, where's the puck? It's still no whistle yet. Schmidt was whacking at, tries a wraparound shot again, and Forsman all over his crease. Another centering pass there. Harrison got haircut. The Rams somehow weren't able to get that puck. Forsman, shorthanded opportunity, and Humphreys had it right in the slot. The puck disagreed with him. So that close for a shorthanded opportunity for the Friars. 20 seconds left on this power play. Good move by Warfield. Trying to get around again, gets stripped of the puck. It is a one-on-one shot sent wide. That will just about do it for the power play. One last rush, Warfield. Stick this in. Warfield cross ice throw wide, a backhand shot, he fans on it. Out front, and Harrison was in the vicinity too. And guess it again, say it with me, folks. The net's off its morning. And there's chatter from both benches. Both sides just giving the business to the refs. And as the power play, it was a opportunity. Harrison had it right at his feet, wasn't able to get it on his stick. But I tell you what, that net on the Friar zone, it's not really staying down. So something to keep an eye on for the rest of the game. Shawns will put this out in front. Is looking for Sleds. Sleds was on his behind. Shot from the point. Forsman with a pad save in the corner. Rams look to go to work. One thing we haven't seen the Rams do a good job this year, shot from the point that gets blocked and saved for a while, but one thing we haven't seen the Rams do a good job this year is really set up any real offensive zone side. We've seen it in the power plays, but 5-on-5, that's been a struggle for the Rams. As Beckham's got cross-ice pass and scored! Oh my, Hipson able to get it past North. And so now it's a 4-3 game. But a great individual effort there by number 88 for Providence. So Hibson on the board again. A great individual effort by Jack Beckinsale. He's able to feed that puck over to him. So with just 9 seconds on the clock, the Friars are able to cut it into this Rams lead. Big momentum shift for the Friars, and now you can have that heading into the locker rooms, knowing that, hey guys, we're just down 1. So a big goal of the second period. The Rams still have the 1-goal advantage, but it is the Friars that are knocking on the door to tie this game up. We'll take a step aside. You're watching Colorado State hockey here on Rice Productions. Welcome back to the Epic Ice Center here. Second intermission brought to you by Brought to Reality, honoring the life and legacy of one of our own, Nick Bales. Nick created an apparel brand called BTR as a way of combating the challenges of mental health awareness, anxiety, depression, and suicide prevention. Will and Mariah Bales turned BTR into a foundation through December 2025, have provided over 2,084 counseling sessions and contributed over $176,000 to help those who cannot afford it. With over 170 plus student athlete seasons representing BTR, let's not lose one more individual. www.broughttoreality.com. So after two here at Epic Ice Center, it's a 4-3 game, both teams trading goals, and it was Dennis White that made it a 4-2 game for CSU after a puck that bounced off of Forsman's pads up in the air, and Dennis White was able to put it behind the net, put it in the net and give his Rams a 4-2 advantage. But in just 10 seconds left in the second period, it was number 20, Christopher Hipson, that was able to get a nice pass from number 88, Jack Beckensall, and made it a 4-3 game going into the second intermission. So, with 20 minutes left, we'll see if the Rams can hold on to, their one-goal advantage and skate away with the win to end out the Big Mountain Classic. There was a lot of penalties given out in the second period. I believe, if I remember, there was 4 given out to the Friars, and they weren't able to cash in on any of them. So credit to the CSU penalty killers for doing their job there. And I believe CSU had 2 power plays of their own, weren't able to get any past Jack Forsman, and after 40, that's where we stand. So exciting third period coming up. It's a privilege to bring that to you guys here on Price Productions. We will step aside and see you in about 2 minutes for the third period. Third period underway here at Epic Ice Center. We want to give a shout out to the Colorado Media School. It is an American private institution that instructs students in all areas of broadcast media industry. It's a comprehensive hands-on program where students are trained by broadcast media professionals currently working in the field. Both teams are back on the ice. Exciting third period underway. And we'll see if the Rams can skate home with a victory and hold on to this one-goal lead. And for the Providence College, a long trip back, I believe, out of all the teams I visited for the Big Mountain Classic. Providence College all the way out in, New Jersey, New Hampshire rather. Got those two mixed up. So long travel from them, and then it's always tough for a hockey player playing 4 games back to back to back. But as an athlete, you have to prepare yourself not only physically but mentally. You know, what a grueling 4 days it has been for all the teams that have participated. We hope that everybody heads home healthy and safe. Both teams will start out 5-on-5, no carryover penalties. Face-off coming up. Lastly, we want to give a shout out to HydroDig, the premier hydrovac and cathodic protective service provider, proudly serving the Western States since 2009. Don't just dig, HydroDig. Puck is dropped for the third period. What finish are we?
going to Arizona State and Grand Canyon University. We apologize for the technical difficulty. Can we speak this? I think I'm rambling. Hold on. I need to make so we're down 3. No, 3. Yeah, 4 unanswered goals. Okay, I was right. Okay. Hey, Rams fans. An unfortunate loss. The CSU Rams lose by a final score of 7-4. The Providence College scored 4 unanswered goals in that final frame. We apologize on our end. We lost our broadcast and our sound. We had it on video, but unfortunate loss for the Rams. They'll be on the road next week. They'll be going to Arizona. They'll play Arizona State, Grand Canyon University, and they'll have those games on the road. And that will wrap it up for the Rams season. It's been a privilege calling games for you this season. And Sean Rosenberger signing off.